Focus on yourself, the Stoic path to stop wasting time. Have you ever looked back and realized entire seasons of your life were given away to people and problems that didn't deserve a single hour? Have you ever spent so long watching someone else's journey that you forgot to take the first step on your own? And have you ever wondered what your life could become if every ounce of energy you once poured into comparison, regret, and distraction was finally returned to you? This is where we begin, not with noise but with clarity. Welcome to Stoic Zen. Principle 1. The danger of comparison. Time's silent. Thief time is your most precious currency. You don't get to earn more of it. You don't get to borrow it. You only get to decide how you spend it. And yet, we waste so much of it measuring ourselves against others, their titles, their timelines, their filtered successes. We scroll, we envy, we assume. We chase lives that were never ours to live, and abandon the one we were meant to build. Marcus Aurelius warned us centuries ago, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. His message wasn't just about ethics, it was about urgency. Stop debating, stop comparing, stop observing, start becoming. Because comparison isn't inspiration, it's distraction. It doesn't lead to growth, it leads to paralysis. It's a subtle poison, slowly pulling your gaze away from your path and onto someone else's. Every moment you look outward in envy is a moment stolen from your own development. Think about it. When you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, or your progress to someone else's highlight reel, you distort reality. You forget how far you've come. You ignore your potential. You surrender your confidence. Comparison whispers you're not enough. But Stoicism replies, you are only responsible for yourself. Your focus is your power. And the minute you take it off your own purpose, you lose time you can never get back. So shift. Shift from external validation to internal alignment, from applause to integrity, from chasing symbols to building substance. Let every comparison trigger a redirection. Every time you catch yourself looking at someone else's life, use it as a reminder to return to your own. Because your time is not for watching, it's for building. And no one can build your life but you. Principle 2. Embrace progress over perfection. The discipline of becoming perfection is a myth dressed as a standard. It paralyzes creators, silences thinkers, and convinces dreamers that they're not worthy. Yet, you tell yourself you'll begin when it's perfect, when the timing's right, when you feel ready. But that day doesn't come, and the life you want slowly drifts further away behind the illusion of almost. The Stoics didn't aim for perfection. They aimed for progress, for daily action, for repeated effort, for honest steps forward, no matter how small. Marcus Aurelius never wrote about becoming flawless. He wrote about showing up, doing the next right thing, and detaching from what you can't control. Progress is humbling, because it forces you to move forward even when the path isn't clear, even when yesterday wasn't perfect. And here's the paradox. When you embrace imperfection, you unlock your power instead of being crushed by a mistake. You learn. Instead of hiding behind fear, you try again. Instead of judging yourself, you stay in motion. Progress is not dramatic, it's quiet. It's choosing to show up on a bad day. It's writing one paragraph when you wanted a chapter. It's going for a walk when you feel too broken to run. It's saying, I may not be where I want to be, but I am no longer where I was. True progress is also about releasing the weight of the past. Forgiveness, not for others, but for yourself. Letting go of the moments you didn't show up, the chances you missed, the anger you held. Let them go, not because they didn't matter, but because you do. When you stop demanding perfection, you finally give yourself permission to grow. And with that permission comes energy, momentum, freedom. Because now, instead of chasing an image, you're building a life. One that's real, one that's yours. So wake up tomorrow, not to be perfect, but to make progress. And let that progress be your quiet revolution. Principle 3. Rejecting distractions. The discipline of choosing what matters. Distractions are not just time thieves. They are identity erasers. They pull you inch by inch away from who you are meant to become. In a world that worships speed, noise, and attention, the ability to guard your focus is nothing short of a superpower. Stoicism teaches that your time is not just minutes on a clock. It is your life in motion. And every moment wasted on what doesn't matter is a moment you'll never get back. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, and us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. That's not morbid. It's clarity. It's a reminder that every breath is an investment. Every click, every scroll, every conversation is shaping your story, whether you realize it or not. So the question is, who's writing that story? If you spend your day consumed by endless notifications, random conversations, and mindless tasks, you are outsourcing your future to chaos. But if you choose moment by moment to filter your energy, to say no to the noise, to guard your space, you reclaim your life. Distraction often disguises itself as urgency, as responsibility, as connection. But the truth is, anything that pulls you away from your purpose, consistently, relentlessly, is a betrayal to your future self. The Stoic doesn't chase every invitation. He selects what aligns. She doesn't argue every opinion. She saves her breath for what builds. So how do we begin? Start by clearing the digital clutter. Silence the unnecessary. Block out time for deep work, for solitude, for reflection. Build habits that honor your focus, like a sacred ritual. Protect your morning. Limit meaningless conversations. Surround yourself with those who respect your time, because what you tolerate, you become. And every yes to distraction is a silent no to your higher self. Let your schedule reflect your values. Let your silence become a boundary. And let your energy become a force that flows only where it belongs. Principle 4. The value of focusing on yourself, the sacred return to your own path. There's a quiet power in coming home to yourself, in stepping away from the world's noise long enough to hear the truth in your own breath. To focus on yourself is not selfish. It is sacred. It is the only way to stop pouring your energy into lives you were never meant to live. Every day you are pulled in 1,000 directions. But the Stoic understands, attention is currency. And where you place it, you place your becoming. Focusing on yourself means choosing depth over distraction. It means asking, what matters to me? What builds me? What drains me? And then living like the answers matter. This isn't about isolation, it's about intentionality. Athletes train with focus. Artists create with solitude. Thinkers retreat before they speak. So must you. Look at your time like a sculptor looks at marble. Every cut shapes your future. Every distraction uncarves it. To focus on yourself is to say, I trust my direction. I will not waste my days reacting to noise. I choose to build something that only I can create. Myself. The world will try to pull you back, to drag you into opinions, validation, comparison. But you don't owe them your energy. You owe it to your vision. Focusing inward is not turning away. It's returning to what's real, to what's quiet, to what endures. So unplug, refocus, rebuild. Let others watch the surface. You should go deeper. Because the life you want isn't out there. It's waiting behind your focus. Principle 5. Resilience through self-focus. Grow quietly, endure greatly. There's a strength you discover only when you choose to focus inward. Not in arrogance, not in isolation, but in the quiet decision to build yourself brick by brick, even when no one is watching. Resilience doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from staying centered, from knowing what matters and what can wait, from choosing discipline over drama and patience over perfection. Stoicism teaches that the path to strength is not through force, but through clarity. When you know where you're going, every setback becomes a step. Every failure becomes a forge. Every delay becomes training. Self-focus allows you to detach from the noise, from the pressure to prove, from the weight of expectations that were never yours to carry. You start measuring your life not by what others think, but by whether you showed up aligned with your values. You stop chasing validation. You start refining your path. Like a runner who runs not to beat others but to beat his own yesterday. Like a writer who rewrites not for applause but to express her truth more clearly. Like a student of life who learns from every bruise, every wrong turn, and every painful stretch of silence. This is resilience. Not loud, not boastful, but rooted, grounded, unshakable. Because once you anchor your progress in who you're becoming, not how fast you're moving, nothing can pull you off course for long. So return to your process. Trust it. And when doubt whispers, listen with compassion, then keep going anyway. Principle 6. Final motivational insights. You are already on the path. Imagine a room full of noise. Everyone boasting about their goals, chasing recognition, rushing towards something. And in the corner, there's one person sitting quietly, focused, still, centered. That person isn't behind. They're ahead, because they've already realized success isn't about being seen. It's about becoming real. This is the essence of Stoic living, a return to what truly matters. The personal journey, the decisions no one applauds but that shape your future, the quiet wins that build lasting peace. Every time you choose to focus on yourself, you are honoring your life. You are saying, "My path matters. My energy is sacred. My growth is enough." You're no longer chasing success in someone else's mirror. You're crafting it in your own reflection. It won't be easy. You'll be tested, tempted to compare, invited to quit. But you won't, because you've trained for this. Every obstacle becomes a lesson. Every delay becomes discipline. Every choice becomes your character. And when others wonder how you became so grounded, they'll realize you didn't chase. You chose. You stayed. You focused. And that made all the difference. Conclusion: don't waste what can never be returned. Time is not just ticking. It's shaping you. Every moment is a brick in the temple of who you are becoming. So stop wasting your time. Stop outsourcing your focus. Stop giving your life away to noise, comparison, and distraction. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be present and to choose yourself every single day. And if this message reminded you of your power, if it helped you return to your center, if it made you pause, breathe, and reflect, I invite you to subscribe to Stoic Zen. This is more than a channel. It's a quiet movement, a sacred return to what really matters. Until next time, stay calm, stay focused, stay true.